this is Pete the Tech Guy, and this is the latest of our subscriber-only commentaries. If you're watching the teaser and want to see the entire commentary, just go to thetechguyblog.com. That's DATECHGUIblog.com. Hit the tip jar for any amount, and I will send you the code to this week's commentary. Hit subscribe for any amount, and I will send you the commentaries every single week as they come out. Today we're going to talk a little bit about incentives. We talk a lot about incentives in terms of business, incentives in terms of government. For example, right now, today, I am sitting here at Mike's Pizza and Subs, one of the advertisers here at the Tech Guy on the radio, and one of the incentives, I'm having a steak and cheese that's cooking right now. Now, I don't really need an incentive to come to Mike's for a steak and cheese because the steak and cheese is very good here. But the fact that he's an advertiser with me and has advertised on and off with me since I first had the show is a great incentive for me to come down here, you know, buy my Fresca. I love to have a Fresca when I'm drinking and so forth, and have a bite to eat here when I'm in the mood to have a, grinder out. And in a lot of things there are incentives. We talk about incentives to business. Massachusetts doesn't provide a lot of incentives, so businesses tend to leave. In diplomacy, incentives are very important. For example, we give Egypt a ton of money and have for a lot of years. The incentive for Egypt to get the money has been to not make war on Israel, frankly. And, that's a bribe. Let's face it. In a way, it's a bribe, and that's basically how diplomacy has worked throughout the years. Diplomacy works by making it in the other person's interest to do what you want. And especially if it's something that you don't want your fingers on. And maybe you're giving money, maybe you're giving favors, maybe you're giving things. It's who you know type of thing. And incentives tend to work. Incentives tend to make a difference. And one of the most important incentives and the reason I'm bringing up incentives is because of Benghazi, because in some circles, the incentives on Benghazi have changed. Let me explain.